Here are the top 5 must-knows before you go buying a home that's in foreclosure. Let's jump right in. Hey, it's Jesse. Thank you so much for watching this video. Before we get started, if you want access to the foreclosure list in the state of Utah, go ahead and click on the link below where you'll get access to all the foreclosures in the state of Utah, and that will help you as you're looking for a potential home or investment property. So let's jump right into the top 5 tips, the must-knows before buying a foreclosure. Number 1 is the legal proceedings. There may be liens against the property. There may be questions of ownership. There may be deeds, things that have been issued outside of this house that need to be resolved. And a lot of that will really depend on, of course, who's the primary, who has the first right to the property. And generally it's the bank, but you never know. There may be some other things in there that need to be investigated before you officially sign off. Number 2, understanding that this is a competitive market. Please, there are wholesalers, there are investors, there are flippers, all sorts of people that come in and are looking at these properties because, once again, they're bank owned. They usually go for cheap. Everyone knows that. Everyone knows that. You understand as a buyer or an investor that this will be a longer play, which now leads into number 3. It is a longer time to close on these properties. So if you're a buyer just looking for a property because you're pre-approved and you want to buy a house and you're looking for the cheap ways to get into a home, this is not for you. This is a long-term play. And the options are limited. You can't be the buyer that wants all of these things and then find a foreclosure when there aren't that many foreclosures available or when the competition's so high. So you have to decide, are you going to buy the house to save money, and it may be a house you don't want that you may need to put more money into, or are you going to go get the house you truly want? It does take additional time. It depends on the type of foreclosure it is. Is it an auction? How fast you need to close? And of course, all the parties involved who need to sign, which is going to move over to number 4. When you're going through the foreclosure process, the bank has already reduced the amount of money on this home. So understanding that the bank is wanting to get it off their books and they want to do it in a quick and efficient manner so that they can move on from it. This requires extra work for people. No one likes extra work. Do you like extra work in your job? No. And so the bank, what they essentially do is they discount the property knowing that they're not going to get the full amount and they're going to write that off as depreciation or loss on their taxes. Ultimately, understanding this, the bank's going to look for someone that comes in. There's no repairs asked. There's no financing required, meaning that they're going to leverage cash, and it's an easy done deal. Please, please, please be aware that when you're working with foreclosure properties, if you do not have cash, it is going to be very, very unlikely for you to buy it. Now, there are ways to get cash outside of a bank, outside of your own personal account. There are what we call hard money lenders, and they are willing to lend on properties, but please understand the high interest rates and fees that are associated before diving into that. Last but not least, number 5, please understand that these houses need work. You're not going to get a home that's valued at $500,000, discounted at $300,000, and have no problems. There's maybe issues that run into the home. There may be foundation, plumbing. There may not be cabinets. Generally, in a foreclosure, it can get ugly, and the original homeowner may go and start removing or selling pieces of the home, knowing that the bank's going to take it over anyways, thus leaving you with a house that is not functional. So understanding that there will be hidden costs. Also, please understand that when you're trying to flip this, if this is your first flip and you're not experienced, that you need to build a buffer in. It's all about the money and making that profit if you're flipping this home. If you're buying it for yourself, also please understand that there may be additional costs that you cannot see. I would recommend doing an inspection if it allows it through the process if you get to that point. With all that being said, these are the top 5 must-know tips, tricks, whatever you want to call them, to buying a foreclosure property. If you'd like to see all of the foreclosure properties here in the great state of Utah, you can click on the link below. We'll get you a list. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope it helps you on your journey of buying a foreclosed home. Have a wonderful day.